How did it all begin? That's why I've got the Revised Version here. Here's the American Standard Version of 1901. I have an actual copy of it right here. We're only going to look at one thing in the American Standard Version because when we look at the footnote in here, you'll see something that should astound you. It'll tell you what the revisers, the first revisers, thought about the deity of Jesus Christ. That's what we're looking at tonight. The American Standard Version followed the Revised Version of 1881. It was published in America in 1901, claiming to be a revision of the King James Bible, but it was not. It came from a different set of manuscripts. Westcott and Hort were involved in that, and they came out with a Greek manuscript, Greek text that was based on the Vaticanus and Sinaiticus manuscripts. They came out with that Greek text in the 1880s, and that's what all your modern translations come from. This is one of the first of them right here. So as you look at the King James Bible in John 9:38, this is what the King James Bible says, and it says, "And he said, Lord, I believe," and he worshiped him. Now look at the American Standard Version. It says in John 9:38, "And he said, Lord, I believe," and he worshiped him. Notice that the verse itself is the same. We're going to be looking at the footnote, though. Here's the footnote at the bottom of page 114 corresponding to the worship of the Lord Jesus Christ. This is what it says. The Greek word for worship denotes an act of reverence, whether paid to a creature, as here, or to the Creator. You see, they believe that Jesus Christ was a created being. There is nobody that can tell you it's just a misunderstanding in translation. There's nobody that can tell you you don't understand the thoughts of the translators because it's in their footnote. Nobody can argue with this one. So all the other modern versions come from that one. The great granddaddy's right here. And you can look on page 114. I've got it highlighted. That's what the footnote says. It's very easy to prove. The Greek word for worship denotes an act of reverence, whether paid to a creature, as here, or to the Creator. The Greek word for worship denotes an act of reverence, whether paid to a creature, as here, or to the Creator. The Greek word for worship denotes an act of reverence, whether paid to a creature, as here, or to the Creator.
Albert Pike says in Morals and Dogma, "For the master, the compass of faith is above the square of reason, but both rest upon the Holy Scriptures and combine to form the blazing star of truth." Albert Pike later goes on to reveal that the blazing star actually represents the god Horus, who is the son of Osiris, the sun god. Remember, he is the one that is murdered and brought back to life. And Isis, or in other words, the male principle and the female principle, the heavens fused with earth, the divine fused with human beings, and is the same as the all-seeing eye of Freemasonry. The blazing star is also a symbol for the Eastern Star, the woman's auxiliary organization of Freemasonry, and is always seen in the form of a pentagram. Concerning the pentagram, Manly P. Hall writes in The Secret Teachings of All Ages, "The pentagram is the figure of the microcosm, the magical formula of man. It is the one rising out of the four, the human soul rising from the bondage of the animal nature. It is the true light, the star of the morning. It marks the location of 5 mysterious centers of force, the awakening of which is the supreme secret of white magic." The pentagram is used extensively in black magic, but when so used, its form always differs in one of 3 ways. The star may be broken at one point by not permitting the converging lines to touch. It may be inverted by having 1 point down and 2 up, or it may be distorted by having the points of varying lengths. When used in black magic, the pentagram is called the sign of the cloven hoof, or the footprint of the devil. The star with 2 points upward is also called the goat of Mendes, because the inverted star is the same shape as a goat's head. When the upright star turns and the upper point falls to the bottom, it signifies the fall of the morning star.